Hi chat, welcome to another stream. I believe it's Monday, right? Yes, it's Monday, December 28th of 2020, and we are back for another stream. I had way too much for breakfast, so I am extremely full. Like, uncomfortably full. It was so good. I made a breakfast burrito, but I underestimated the portion sizes. So I ended up with a fucking massive burrito. But yeah, anyway. In case you wanted to know. Let's see. The plan for today is to work on pre-commit.ci. I've been putting out this like disk caching feature for a while. I guess let me show you what I'm trying to do here. So if we look at a pre-commit.ci run, sure, this one will have pre-commit.ci. If we look at a pre-commit.ci run, and expand here, look at this. So there's several stages that happen here. First is while it waits in the queue. The next is while it waits to get merged. This is waiting on GitHub. The next is the clone. These are about as optimized as they can be. This one pulls the Docker image. I could probably make this slightly faster by writing a little file on disk that the Docker image is there instead of checking each time. But for now, this just asks the Docker daemon and does that fine. Jaholo, thank you for the resub. 3 months. Appreciate that. Welcome back. It's good to see you again. Oh, I got an emote from it too. 2020 shred. But yeah, this could be slightly faster. Probably could get it down to a couple milliseconds, but and this is about as fast as it's gonna get. It does run Docker twice, Podman twice, and that. Beldathis, thank you for the resub with Prime 5 months. I love your educational content. Oh, that's good. Appreciate your continued support. Good to have you. But yeah, I could speed this up slightly by reusing containers and doing some other clever stuff. But this one's hard to improve. Hard to improve, but I could probably improve it by a second or so. This download is what I want to try and target next, because this is very easy to improve and delivers a decent amount of value. So I could get this download down to, several milliseconds instead of several seconds. And not only will this be faster, it will be a cost savings on pre-commit.ci, because right now, one of the more expensive bits in my setup is, let's do prod, sure, why not? One of the more expensive bits in my setup is my S3 usage. It's not much, but it's the thing that currently doesn't scale well relative to usage. Everything else is pretty constant relative to usage, except for this thing. So let me log in here and I'll show you what's going on there. So the thing is, pre-commit.ci's cache hit is relatively high. If we look at, for instance, tables, clones, not to be confused with repos and clones. If we look at the metrics here, so there's 538 items in this table, which represents every possible repository that's happened. And you'll notice here that, yeah, we can very clearly see the get latency on the graph. If we look at the put latency over the last 3 days, there's like very few events here. It's like a handful of puts, but almost all of them are gets. And this is, relatively consistent. So 12 hours or so. Yeah, you can see like, there's a bunch of different get events here. And so this cache efficiency is really, really high. But the problem is it goes to S3 every time. So that adds a bunch of time and adds a bunch of cost. And if I can cache those on disk, and if we actually look at the entire corpus of the pre-commit.ci cache data over the last two and change months, in this bucket, metrics, we're looking at about 5.5 gigs, which is not big data in any way, shape, or form. So I can just attach like a 10 gig drive to my instances and cache the entire data set, and potentially save a lot of S3 IO. But anyway, that's what we're gonna try and do today. Let me say hi to everyone who's here. Well, now this was first, but for some reason you didn't have your emotes. Oh yeah, because your Prime sub expired. I see. Well, welcome. Knuckle Eric says first, but was so close. So close. Beldothas beat you out, though. Good to see you again, though. Knuckle Eric. How's it going, Rollers? Hello. Jaholo. Good to see you again. Chico Codes. Hello. And Drug Time Lord, who says, hi, Anthonk. I think it's funny how many of you call me Anthonk. It's gotten to the point where Juice calls me Anthonk. Like, what? Hey, what's up, Edwinst? Hello. And Octavius, good to see you again. YOLO Schmolo, hello. I thought that looked weird. Yeah, my set today was out of date. I had to rush to get ready right before stream. I was riding my exercise bike, and then I made breakfast, and I ate way too much. And then I showered quick, and I forgot to shave. The stupid thing was, oh my god, this is so dumb. I put shaving cream on my face, and then I forgot to shave. Like, somehow between putting shaving cream on my face and, turning on the shower, I just, like, completely forgot what I was doing. So that was great. But, yeah. That indent variable's type narrowing is being forgotten by MyPy for some reason. I have no idea how to fix it. Yeah, I don't know either. That seems weird. Hey, what's up, By Satisfied? Hello. Good to see you again. JB Pratt, how's it going? Good to see you as well. Our Days MM says, do you have any opinion about Microsoft Sculpt ergonomic keyboard and mouse? I don't, actually. Sure. What does it look like? Oh, I've seen this keyboard. A friend of mine has this keyboard. I've used it before. But this was before I was like, more accustomed to, split keyboards. So I was not very good at it. But I've heard that this is a decent, like, entry-level split keyboard. And is reasonably well put together. It is a little bit weirdly shaped, but I've heard it's really nice. But again, like, I don't know. I only used this keyboard once. And it was before I really knew how to use split at all. Where can I get your keyboard? If you do Bang Keyboard, you can learn more about my keyboard. Thank you, JB Pratt. Hey, what's up, Jitoho? Hello. Good to see you again. Cyberbenny says, if you pass in the line height into image to pixel to generate one line tall images, does that fix the issue with emotes? If you pass in the line height... I don't think so. I don't think that was the problem. Is there an option for that? Xterm dash... What is the option? Xterm has a million fucking options and I can never remember the right one. It's like T something? I should consult my video that hasn't gone up yet. Is it like TE or something? TI? TI. Xterm dash TI 340. And then we gotta do this weird, huge thing. Yeah, image to pixel. Badge cache partner. So what do you mean by line height? Like if I do dash pixel width or whatever, dash height. So we tried that. The problem is, like, even if you were to get this, it puts things, it line wraps, which is problematic. So this is less than one line, so this is fine. The other problem is if you resize, so let's say we go to tiny, the images stay the same size, and so it completely fucks up the display. So that's another problem with Sixels. But I don't know how to make them inline. That's the big blocker. If I could make them inline, I could deal with the resizing. But I don't know how to make them inline. So if you know how to make them inline, please let me know. Hey, what's up, Zero Dan? Hello, hello. TN ADUC stream relatively. What? Did I say that a bunch of times? 100% of your $0 spending is because of S3. So that's okay. So the reason that my spend is 0 currently is because I have credits. But if we look at S3 here, and we look at this, I've done 110,000 requests, which is fucking wild. That's such a big number. This is basically downloading a repository or a environment. It's probably about half these. So it's probably about 50,000. Actually, yeah, it would be almost exactly half of this. So 50,000 book repository installations saved. Yeah, so this is pretty nuts. This is saving a lot of time. We'll put it that way. If you imagine like each one of those, if you built it separately, would take like 20 to 30 seconds a piece. Like, let's say 25 times 50,000, and this is not even that much. So divided by 60, that's not gonna work. Divided by 60 divided by 60 should get us into hours. Divided by 24, so we've saved about 14.5 days of compute time this month, which is pretty darn good. I'd say that's pretty good. Hey, what's up, RKJ? Hello, hello. It's funny because last stream ended because you were super hungry. Yeah, now I'm like disgustingly full. It's like the exact opposite today. Jeholo says the Microsoft Sculpt is pretty good. I own it and I like it around. Nice. Is it good for programming? Oh, well, Jeholo will be able to answer that. Not good for gaming makes sense, I guess. Yeah. This keyboard is so awkward to play games on. I mean, I can basically get WASD working, but anytime I need like other keys around here, it's just also it's really awkward to game with your hand at an angle. I don't know. Zero Dan says I like the Microsoft keyboard, but it kept missing the first key presses because of what I think was the power saver. Oh, they're inline in Xterm? Or in iTerm? Interesting. Interesting. I wonder how they're gonna show up in GNOME Terminal after all is said and done. Can it convert string into font struct? Okay. But yeah, presumably, well, depending on how GNOME Terminal implements it, if they implement it inline, then this potentially fixes it. Wait, why did this just allow me? Oh, it's because I resized the window. Why did it let me just pass no argument here? But yeah, if I can get them to display inline in GNOME Terminal, then we can add Sixels as another option to the chatbot. You know, something like Python-m bot images equals Sixel, and do something like that, and like have images equals terminology for that one, or images equals kitty if you somehow wanted to make kitty work, or images equals who fucking knows. For whatever other image format. But I've written it in a way that it should be pretty easy to extend for other image formats. Hey, what's up, Zorua? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you're doing well. Images equals iTerm. Yeah, exactly. You could this who fucking knows could be iTerm. You could totally make it work for that. Although if iTerm supports Sixels, you would just use Sixel, I assume. Unless iTerm's image format is better. Zero says, hey, first person to say my name right. Wow. How many people have tried to say your name and gotten it wrong somehow? The reason that I said it like that is, there's a Pokemon named Zorua. This cute little fox is named Zorua. Of course, it's a Z instead of an X. But that's why I pronounced it that way. Captain Ashtar says, how many glasses of water do you drink per day? While I'm streaming, I average a glass an hour. So, yeah. So when I stream, I drink about 4 or 5 glasses. Well, I guess 3 or 4 glasses because we haven't done a 5-hour stream in a while. But yeah, I usually drink, once an hour, once a glass once an hour. Of course, I drink a little less water when I'm not streaming because I'm not like continually talking. Where's the shiny Zorua? The shiny of Zorua looks so good. Why are they not of the sprites? Where are the sprites? Oh, there we go. Look at how dope this is. So cool. Such a cool sprite. I actually like the new sprite better than the old sprite, which is kind of rare sometimes. Usually the black and white sprites were pretty good, but this color here, just so good. Such a good blue. Anyway, Zorua Pokemon. What's up, Badard? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you're doing well. Good old Pokemon, indeed. When's the next 12-hour stream? Yeah. I don't know, probably sometime in January. I need a bit of a break from doing long form streams. I don't know, December? Let me show you some stats. Let me show you some stats, chat. Insights. Where is it? Channel analytics. Yeah, sure, this'll work. What do I want to do? Here's the hours streamed. Minutes watched, time streamed. Here we go. Alright, chat. Oh my god, this number is awful. This is my Twitch stats for December. 95 hours streamed in December. Holy shit. 95 hours streamed, which is fucking insane. And that works out to what, like 3 and change hours a day? Which is absurd. But yeah, that's what Advent of Code will do for you. And a 12-hour stream in here. But anyway. Yeah, that's my December. So yeah, no problem, Captain Ashtar. Hey, what's up, Robin? Hello. Good to see you. What is the longest session of coding you had recently? I did a 16-hour stream at some point. It's like 16-ish. It was supposed to be 24, but we got tired, so we went to bed. Babe Angel says, are you using TerraGrunt? I'm not. What is TerraGrunt? Is that like Grunt with Terraform? Dry and maintainable Terraform code. Nah, I'm just using boring, plain, normal Terraform. I don't have that much configuration, so I feel like I don't really need. I mean, there is some duplication in my Terraform. pre-commit.ci Terraform. There's a bit of duplication, but I don't have that many files here. Let's see. Terraform, lsstart.tf, wc-l. I have 35 modules currently. Most of the duplication is in these roles, where I'm doing a lot of policy duplication. This one actually doesn't have that many policies, but this one does. So like a lot of these are a little bit duplicated. It's not bad though. I guess the S3 stuff is a little duped. So like all of this is basically the same. Oh, I mean, this is special, but this is all the same. This is all the same for both those, but I don't know. I didn't feel like a preprocessor was worth it, and I kind of wanted to learn just basic vanilla Terraform. And so, yeah, I haven't really done any special preprocessing. I am using Terraform Cloud, which I really, really like. It's pretty cool. So basically, it gives you, even for private repositories, a free workspace that will plan and save, state and variables for you, and allow you to click to apply here, so you can see. What did I actually change here? What was the plan? Oh yeah, I was fucking around with block device mappings. It turns out that this is an invalid configuration. It's like, what? You want a 0 GB drive? That's impossible. I had to fix that. But anyway. Drunk Timer says, I always read your name as Slime Venus. You may want to remove the redemption for the 12-hour stream. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it there, but I have to do 3 of them soon. Although, my brother said he would be okay if I did it in March, so maybe that's fine. G-Fred says, what a great representation of your past year. Yeah, let's see. How many streams have I done in 2020? Recordings, streams, 2020. Yeah, I can show this. So I keep track of all of my streams. The P ones are when I played Pokemon. Which, apparently I played Pokemon more than I thought last year. I didn't put those up on YouTube. And this was when I played Amoonguss. But today is the 194th stream of this year, which is crazy. How many did I do last year? 80. So, we're almost, not quite tripling, but it's like double and a halfing last year's streams. And this year. And I didn't record, well, I guess technically I didn't, so there's some streams here that I missed. Like I didn't record before January 30th, so there's probably more streams in here that they're just gone forever. Never know what I did on those days. Which is unfortunate, because there was like some fun stuff, like the Homeland was in there. But anyway, lots of streams. Also, sorry if you guys hear a bunch of construction noise. They've been really, really loud. They started jackhammering at 7 in the morning today. They're tearing up the road, and they're I don't know what else they're doing. They're building an apartment complex. But it's been loud, and there's not much I can do about it. But yeah, anyway, what was I talking about? I don't even remember. Oh, description of the past year. That's full-time stream hours, yeah. Less than 8 12-hour streams. It's true, it's true. Hey, what's up, Deep Red Sky? Hello, hello. Sammy Wallace, good to see you again. Hello, hello. Robin says, apart from sets, what other interesting data structures to use a lot in Python? Default dict. Counter. I haven't done a video on sets yet. Deck. Oh, that one's... Wait, when is... Did I not upload that one yet? I record so far in advance that I forget when the videos go up. Let's see. Is it this one? Yeah. Okay, so it's going up tomorrow. But yeah. I guess those are the big ones. You know, dict, set, list, tuple, counter, default dict, set, deck. Those are like the 8 data structures that I use everywhere. Hey, what's up, Harshit? Hello, hello. Streaming okay, so I'm not sleeping today. Don't sacrifice your sleep to watch my stream. Like, get your needed rest if you need it. Hey, what's up, outdated version? Hello, hello. Good to see you again. Deep Red Sky says, where are all the VODs for AOC? I upload them all to YouTube, so if you want to watch them again, they are on YouTube. So there's a playlist for, so there's the streams that I did live. So if you look at the streams playlist, oh no, I don't actually want to play you. This is such an old, such old content. But if you go down here, you can see... Oh, does it not display all the items in the playlist because the playlist is too long? Scroll more, please. Come on, Twitch. Or YouTube. Wait, it really it cuts you off there? That's stupid. Maybe I should make streams... Oh, this was back before I fixed my... my stream setup, so you could very clearly see I was using VirtualBox then. But then I ended up moving stuff around to fix that. Weird! Why can't you see the bottom ones? Anyway, if you want to see solutions... I put solutions in a separate playlist, so I re-recorded stuff here. Also, apparently at day 10, I changed my, or day 11, I changed my naming convention here for no good reason. But yeah, those solutions are up there. The streams are up on YouTube as well. I guess if you just go through videos, you can see like having a code day 23 and me petting Tofu, who was there in this little preview. But yeah, those are all up on YouTube as well. Hey, what's up, Benerv? Hello, hello. Pog. Bitchit says, hey guys, I think I got an STD from sleeping with Santa the other day. Oh no. Get tested, buddy. Hey, what's up, R42IN? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Is that raisin? Is that what that's supposed to be? In like late? Is that what that's supposed to be? So Rennie says, how's the GitHub Actions vulnerability going? I have not heard back from GitHub still. I find like one or two, well, I find like 10 or 20 new vulnerable repositories a week. But almost all of them are like not worth pursuing because they're like, you know, little teeny shops, or they don't have a bug bounty, or they don't have a security mailing list, or they're just like someone's personal project, and like I just don't have time to fix those ones for them. Because it's a considerable amount of work to report each of these, because you have to like come up with a proof of concept that would, you know, break the repository, and you know, some people are just like, no, there's no way this is broken, this is just a bug, and then you have to like go back and forth and be like, no, trust me, someone could actually do this and fuck up your shit. And then some are just like, yeah, this isn't a bug, or like they fix it, then say it isn't a bug, and then don't honor the security bounty, which is really fucking bullshit. But I don't know, it's not going well. It's a lot of work for exactly zero reward. Well, not exactly zero reward, like essentially zero reward. Which sucks, but anyway. Hey, what's up, Mr. Faisal? You've been here before, right? Your name sounds familiar. Maybe you had a different name. Maybe I know you from somewhere else. Oh, they removed the little thing that's helpful in the Twitch overlay. Weird. Anyway, welcome to the stream. Hey, what's up, Alarcon? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Cyrenix says, which country are you from? I was born in the United States, and I have lived in the United States my entire life. I guess that answers that. I'd love to go somewhere else, but I'm stuck here right now. Good, implement some of those for JS World. Nice, sounds good. Yeah, those data structures are good for most things. Indeed. Deck sneak peek. Do you want a sneak peek at my deck? That sounds interesting. Let's skip that. Wow. Collections. I can just go over all the methods. It's actually not that interesting. Oh, a semicolon on its own is a syntax error? I didn't know that. Interesting. But anyway, I show an interesting AterTools hack to slice decks, which slicing's not allowed, so, but you can do this. Anything else that's interesting in here? Oh, bounded queues. This is really cool. I didn't know this was a thing until I started looking at the docs. But this is really, really dope. Anyway, there's spoilers for tomorrow's video. You happy? Max 200 looks like, yeah, it does look like that. Baby Angela says, are you working full-time after Lyft? I still don't have a job. I've mostly been focusing on building out this startup thing called pre-commit.ci, which is a CI system for the Git hooks and linter code formatter framework that I created called pre-commit. That's open source. And has a couple cool features. It will auto-fix your pull requests. It goes super fast. Everything is cached. And it'll auto-update your config for you. But yeah, I've mostly been working on this, which is what we're going to be working on more today as well. But yeah, no, still unemployed. Hershey says, I have one Linux/Python question. Is it bang question? Is that what it is? UDP your questions, don't TCP your questions, just ask. It's Raisin. Okay, cool. Hey, what's up, Hayden? Hello. Raisin. The other service says, get their key first, then report it to them. If they fix it and ignore it, send them a friendly reminder using the key. See, the problem is, I would have to make a pull request against their repository, and then it would look super obvious that I'm trying to hack them, and is probably against GitHub's terms of service at that point. So I'm not gonna do that. As much as I want to, like, it would be fucking hilarious to just break all these repositories. But you know, oh well. Man, some of them have been really good. Some have been like, oh, you left a root AWS credential in your secrets. That's mine now. But no. Hey, what's up, Mr. Shadow? Hello. Long time no see. Man, it must be a really long time. When did you start following me? Oh, must have been since August. But welcome back. Good to see you again. I switched from list to DAC for JSON parsing, and my benchmark went from 45 seconds to 12 seconds. The built-in JSON did it in 0.6. Oh, nice. Pro tip: don't use list.pop0. Oh yeah, that's real slow. Rexurf says, I thought GitHub already scanned for AWS creds. Yeah, they do, but you can configure them as secrets. Do I have GitHub? Do I have them configured for secrets anywhere? I don't think I do. If I did, it would be in this repository. No, I don't even have GitHub Actions here. But you can go settings. You can upload a social image. Cool, I don't need a social image for my repository. But you can set up repository secrets, and these will be in your available to actions if you use secrets dot whatever. But yeah, anyway, I'm not gonna tell you anymore because that gives too much away. Samuel says, it's fucking annoying. You'd have to do something illegal to prove to them that their stuff is broken just because they're ignorant. Yeah, exactly. All repos -- break GitHub. Yeah, that's basically what I'm doing. I have, well, actually, I originally tried to do all repos. Actually, let me make sure this doesn't give away my actual search. Yeah, it doesn't give it away. Okay. So I actually originally started by making an all repos plugin to clone all the repositories from a GitHub search. But I found so many things that were fucking broken with this. Mostly in that people would check in like 100 or 200 megabyte files over and over and over. And so downloading all the vulnerable repositories very, very quickly filled up my disks. So I abandoned this idea, and instead this t.py here performs the search and does it without massively filling up my disk space. And then I keep running it over and over, and so like each of these out files is a new run of this thing. And out 7 is the most recent one, and I use this file here to compare against a previous one so that I can just see like diffs between things. So like when I generated out 7, I compared it against out 6, and it spits out a list of repositories, and then I go manually validate each of the individual ones. It's kind of funny. There's this one there's this one repository. It's entirely in Chinese, so I don't know how to read it at all. But it's extremely popular. It has like 100,000 stars, and every attempt that I've made to contact them the email has just bounced. And it's also a template repository, so there's like thousands and thousands of templates that are or like personal projects that are forks of this template repository, and they all have the vulnerability too. But I have like no way to contact them, so I don't know what to do. Yeah, I also tried making an issue in English, and they're like, "Sorry, no English," and just closed it. But I didn't use my primary account, so if you go searching for it, you're not gonna find it. And then I deleted the issue after they said nothing. So I've been trying to keep it on the down low. But yeah. But yeah, secrets and GitHub actions. Yeah. And remember, Shadow says, "Want to do a type raiser? I'll do a type raiser. You can do that." You mentioned Xargs in the GitHub issue I opened earlier. Do you have an Anthony Explains? I have not, but I really should do one. Video idea Xargs. There's so much to Xargs though. I feel like it might be a really, really long video. But it'll be a good one. Xargs is definitely one of my favorite tools, and definitely took my like Linux foo to the next level. I feel like I unlocked a lot more ways to do stuff. Also, you just look like a fucking wizard anytime you use it. But it's not that complicated, I promise. It's not that complicated. With the exploit, it's possible to read those secrets? Yes. Arshad says, I want to make my own cheat engine thing in Python for Linux. How can I read procpid mem file in Python? Is there any Python library I can use? That's a good question. I don't know. Let's see, Prague 2011, sure. I think that this is just going to be, you know, oh, empty. What? What? Where's my bot in here? Python? There we go. I don't know if this file actually... Yeah, this says empty. Oh, probably because, this? You probably need to be root. Input-output error. How to read mem from prog file system. I don't think you can. Reading living processes without interrupting it. You can get its memory map by reading sequentially this textual pseudo file, and then reading the virtual by reading or mapping appropriate sections of this sparse pseudo file. Huh. Yeah, I have no idea. And this seems like some code that might be helpful. I've literally never done this before, so I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I would look around, read more about the proc file system. Though, I don't know, reading other processes' memory is definitely going to need escalated privileges. Jaholo says for public and private repos, yes. Although I can only look at public ones. So I don't know what's vulnerable for private ones. I'm looking forward to the Anthony Explains a GitHub vulnerability video. Yeah, me too. I kind of want to be able to talk about it too, because it's a really cool vulnerability, and I've come up with like 10 or 20 different unique escalations of it, which you know, it's one of those vulnerabilities where you have to chain something else, so it's pretty cool. I don't know. I'm excited to talk about it. I just haven't been able to do it yet. I started keeping my random scripts in a repo called T. It's been very useful. I see. You also have a /T repository. Look at my T. Look at my T repository. I haven't put things in here in a while though. I should probably do that at some point, but you reported the bug to GitHub? Yes. They have not replied. I just opened up HackerOne actually. Let's see if I can, how much of this I can show you. None. Because it just shows the title. They have not replied in 28 days. I reported it on the 27th of November, which is 4 weeks and 7 days ago. So, still nothing. Still nothing. I used Dates Delete too. No, that would have been too obvious. Too many people follow that account. I'm trying to add additional CSS classes based on the tokens. For example, right now, to mark something as bold red, the token is named color.text.color.red.bold or text.color.bold.red. This means that pigments will generate a CSS class that looks like color red bold. This is problematic if you want to this is problematic if you want to write CSS that applies bold to this, or oops, for example, color bold, weight bold. So there's a special override of get CSS classes, which takes these tokens and explodes them out to all of the individual CSS classes. Color red, color bold. This worked nicely until get CSS classes no longer returns CSS classes in 2.7.3. They changed this fucking function to return a span instead of the actual CSS classes, which is great. Anyway, Linux foo, more like Linux foo, yeah. For random files, it's useful, I think, but it's funny to use it for the main script. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Cybergenic? Hello. Good to see you again. GNU plus Linux foo. Try to cat it, it will show an error. Oh yeah, for sure. I don't actually want to show the memory of that process, though. Is ls-l grep-e semregex xargs rm a proper way to delete files matching the file name? Yes and no, that will work. However, the problem is ls is not intended as a scripting interface. So for example, how do I trigger this again? Yeah, for example here, you can see that it recursed into directories and gave you the wrong output here. So what you actually want to use is find dot dash name, or find dot dash max depth 1. This is essentially ls, and you can use, you know, dash type f as well to filter to files. This is what you're supposed to use in scripts and not use ls, because ls is not intended for scripting. But other than that, yeah, you know, this piped to grep piped to xargs rm would be a way to delete files matching a particular pattern. Find with the remove option would be otherwise. Yeah, that's true, but then you don't have full regex engine. You can read it, but you have to specify the address, and heap and stack addresses are listed in the maps file. Yeah, for sure, you would have to do that. Darkseer says that it seems potentially very bad, though. Yeah, no, it's really bad. Really, really bad. Hey, what's up, Coding and So? Hello, hello. Hey, what's up, C301? Hello, hello. You missed it. What did you miss? What was missed? What happened? But also, welcome back. It's good to see you again, C301. The one time I had to delete all the files matching pattern, I used an argument for the find terminal command. Oh yeah, find's good for that as well. Anthony, Hackerman of 2020, GitHub will never be the same. Curl-L. What we got here? First we need to put HTTPS here. JQ dot bracket dot commit. So the quoting is wrong, first off. What is this curly braces here? I assume one of these quotes is wrong. Let's just do echo hi underscore hi. Seems to work. Hi feet, blah 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 blah. Feet. What's up, Carl24K Data Science? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you're doing well. But we could do like backend underscore backend and then you can see like this. Oh, right. You need to do raw output. Oh, that might be what dash r does. Dash 0 is gonna split on the null byte. Does JQ have a null byte? Null input. Is there null output? I don't care about all the querying. Let's just look at all of the options. Stream, slurp, raw input, null input, compact output, no. Color output, ASCII output, unbuffered. Join output. You need to figure out a way to put a null byte into JQ. Let's see. JQ join by null byte. It's a feature request for the same thing that's closed. C301, thank you for the 5 gift subs to ZeroDan1, Cybergenic at 4 months, Blink, Zypher, and Tyler. Thank you for the gift subs. And welcome back. It's good to see you again, C301. And you know, we'll get you some buttons. We'll get you some buttons there. But thank you for the gift subs. Really appreciate that. Let's see what their hacky workaround solution is. This is gonna be this shit. You can use J instead of dash R, and then it won't output the new line. Oh. Without adding a new flag, you could repurpose J to accept an optional argument. Does that work? So yeah, -0 would actually be nice. I agree. They ended up implementing the first option. Oh no, in 2019! Oh no! That probably means that it's not a thing. -0. Shit. Let's get a new version of JQ. Well, what did it do there? Oh, that's weird. Download JQ. 64-bit binary. Let me not work in this directory. chmod plus x JQ. Now we can do /JQ Linux 64. Cannot open file. What do you mean, could not open file? Have you changed how you work? Do I need to say, like, dev standard in for some fucking reason? Whoa, this is way different. What's up, Nabs? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you are doing well. This doesn't have the option that I'm looking for. Do we have to build it from source? November 1st, 2018. Yes, we do have to build it from source. Fucking duck. Alright, well. Down the rabbit hole we go. Let's clone JQ. That how you do autoconf? I can never fucking remember. Couldn't choose confidential issues to report the security vulnerability. It is good to not have that feature. It has it, only if you turn it on. And almost all repositories do not have it turned on, so... Config ltmain.sh. Yeah, fuck it, we have a configure file, right? We'll see what happens. Exer says, if you like tweeting about it, Jeremy Epling is a product VP at GitHub, and I think he worked on actions. I mean, I feel like I've already done my due diligence, and at this point, I'm not going to get much out of it, which sucks, but... hey, what's up, Noob404? Hello, hello. Good to see you again. I'm gonna find... card input file make put... Is there like a way to do this that's not shit? Oh, here we go. Oh, look! Oh, look! That's familiar. Hey, what's up? I'm Geek Boy. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you're doing fine. There's sub-modules. That's always the problem, is there's fucking sub-modules. I've contributed to this, which is cool. Okay, what else do we need to do? Auto-reconf-fi. Auto-reconf-fi. I hate auto tools. It's supposed to standardize all this shit, but everyone seems to be ever so slightly different. The vulnerability, or at least the rant about GitHub Actions. Oh yeah, I haven't talked about the actual vulnerability, but yeah, I've definitely been ranting about how people don't fucking pay for... oh yeah, we're fixing this. Don't worry, Hayden. We'll get you. We'll get you. Once I build this from source. Prefix equals pwd / prefix. theory, that'll go. Match files with grep2, you don't need to use find. How do you do that, Cybergenic? You gotta pass the file into there at some point. Mine has dash regex, yeah, but it's like shitty. It's like slightly broken. Alright, did this succeed? Did. Hey! Okay, so now if we do prefix / bin / jq. Okay, so -0 is not supported. Is that issue just a lie? Compact null as the single input. Read output raw strings. Read raw strings, color, monochrome, sort, tabs, variable. Is this the same JQ? We definitely read that this is implemented, right? This get reverted? What is going on here? I'm so fucking confused. Let's try the long name. -- null output. Prefix bin JQ null output. Foo bar. Nil? That works. Why didn't -0 work? -0 is broken. Okay, well. I just built this from source. It looks like -0 is ignored and also not part of the help text. -- null output seems to work though. Okay, well we can try with -- null output. And then we should finally get this thing working. -- null output. Yes. Okay. Now it fucking works. There you go, Hayden. Is that what you wanted? It only took me 12 fucking minutes to get it. And building JQ from source. But you can see, like, you know, it splits them up line at a time. Oh, look at this shit. Good job, pre-commit. CI. You did it. But here, I'll paste bin you this so that you can look at it if you want. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Hey, what's up, Carlix Marian? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you are doing well. There you go, Hayden. Long-winded way to get there, but we got there in the end. Jaholo and Jatoho, your name confused me because it looks like I've typed things in chat that I don't remember typing. Yo. I'm glad one of you two said it, Jaholo / Jatoho, because I'm not gonna lie, I know you are two different individuals, but my brain also twists your names together, so yes, gotta be said. Hey, what's up, Kevin Stroberg? Good to see you again. All that trust we have to grant random people on the internet is scary sometimes. It's true, C301, it's true. The other source says they hacked our local newspaper, 500K printed newspapers a day, and encrypted all their files. We haven't had a proper newspaper in more than a week. Wow. Looks like they didn't have proper backups and are refusing to pay the hackers. That's crazy. That's crazy. How can I make the input positional in a -I xargs call? What do you mean? I mean, you just take this value and replace it somewhere, I assume. That's what I did here. I just replaced it here. So you would just make a separate argument instead of munching it into this one. C3 says, thanks for pre-commit and your work on PyTest. Well, I'm glad you appreciate it. I'm happy to work on it. Oh, I got a reply already. Boop. Not this one, not this one. Not this one, this one. Oh, I see. They may be doubling back for me. That would be nice if they just fix this. Jitoho says, I've been using my username since before I entered elementary school, and I'm not changing it. I had double take when I saw your username too. Oh my goodness. At least you both acknowledge this. This is great. Mrs. Q says, apt install. So JQ hasn't made a release in a long time. And so that's why I had to build it from source. That's why I had to build it from source. Outex says, hi, what kind of study did you do? You mean like in school? I started in biochemistry, oddly enough. And then halfway through my college, I decided to 180 and do CS. So I finished a CS degree in 2 years. But yeah, I have a. No, I wouldn't say that most of my knowledge is from school. I think most of the stuff that I have learned is from practical application, building stuff, working at places, that sort of stuff. But yeah. So everybody says fixed in master. I think where? Wait, which thing? Hey, what's up, Marsma? Hello, hello. Good to see you again. Dun, dun, dun. Time to make JQ. New4 says, what was the security issue you found? I can't talk about it yet. -S JQ. Apt install JQ. You need a newer version? Yeah, I needed a newer version. What is yay-s? Oh, I assume that's some other package manager that I don't use. Probably for Arch, if I had to guess. But yeah, sudo DNF. All the package managers. Found the Fedora nerd. Holo says you should have downloaded the demo version, which is almost always compatible with Ubuntu. Yeah, I already have it installed. But the problem is, this version, 1.6-1, is from 2018. So it's too old to have the feature that they added in 2019. Metal says, some dude found a huge security vulnerability in the PS4 and only got 20k. Yeah. That's why this stuff is bullshit. Like big time bullshit. But yeah, like I found vulnerabilities in AWS, 3 different Google repositories, like 16 Microsoft repositories, 3 Alibaba repositories, 1 from a really, really large Chinese company that hasn't gotten back to me, so I'm not going to say them. Like 2 different cryptocurrency companies, and about 100 about 6 different security companies. And the fucking funniest thing is a lot of the security companies' business model is like having public bug bounties and then reporting them and then having them fixed, and zero of them have paid me, which is fucking bullshit. Let me tell you. And then, you know, like 100 to 150 other random repositories. But like, it confirms the fact that I already knew, which is that bug bounty hunting is a thankless, stupid fucking job, and I should just black hat instead of white hat. Yeah. It's a depressing outlook, but I think it's really the most realistic answer from what I've learned. But yeah, anything coming above and beyond for chat here? It's true, outdated version. It's true. But yeah, love that stability. But then the number of times I've gone, oh wow, that's a nice feature. Only have it not available in Debian. Yeah, well, you can always build backport packages. That's what I do sometimes. Or if I customize packages, I'll build my own. PPAs are reasonably work. Massive one from the version of OpenBSD they were using that allows you to get every game on the PS4 store for free and still have PSN access and everything. That's crazy. That's crazy. The other server saying something in German that I don't understand. I mean, it's maybe not the right distro for regular desktop use. I think it's fine. Works. Did you build from the right branch? I assume I did. Git branch master, git branch -r. I don't know what other branch it would be other than master. Master seems like their latest branch. Git branch, gut branch. Let's see. Oh, they do have a bunch of in-progress branches. What's up, How I Learned? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you're doing well. Are you trying to grep for file names or file contents? Neither. Can I see the command you were piping into grep with? I think it could just be grep. I wasn't using grep. I was using curl to JQ to xargs to echo. I was mostly fucking around with trying to get JQ to spit null delimited strings because they contained new lines. But yeah, I just want to release. Yeah. Anaconda. Oh no. Oh no. So what's going on with NeoVim? I don't know. I don't use NeoVim. Netlay is all broken. Missed on the 5.0 release date. No Windows builds anymore. Hey, what's up, Milky? Hello, hello. Happy holidays to you as well. How are you doing? Pow. I know a couple of people who pivoted from biodegrees software development. Yeah, well, I had already been doing, you know, software development basically full time up until that point. So it was just kind of like a natural transition to, you know, get the fancy piece of paper that says, "Oh, you know things about computers." JQ is fixed in master. I have master. Prefix bin JQ-0. This should. Oops. This should print foobar. But as you can see, it totally does. But this works. But yeah, there's boog. There's boog in that this doesn't work. Presumably because this gets interpreted as the query, for whatever reason. Let's see if we can figure it out. Do you want to fix JQ? No, output. Is option short opt, long opt? I must be getting matched by something here. Why didn't they just use like standard opt parse like everyone else does? Why do they have to roll their own? What is this garbage? U main, W main. Interesting. Short ups equals 0. I wonder why it doesn't go into this one here. There's no short option there. Yeah, this is weird. We could debug it if we wanted to. I want to just read the code and see if we can figure it out, though. It's probably an is-alpha checker, if I had to guess. Text 0 does not equal dash, or text 1 equals dash. Okay. Check long option. Dash dash text plus 2. Okay, that's the long option. It must be a short option. If not, short opt return 0. If stirker. What is stirker? Stirker. Let's see. Locate the first occurrence of a character in a string. Returns the pointer to the first occurrence of character in the C string stir. Yeah, this looks like it should work. It's not no. Short ops plus plus. Very weird. Very weird. Wonder if it's one of these weird things. He is optish. Aha! Found the boog! Found the boog! Hey, what's up? Lovebug Worm, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you are doing well. Or text 1 equals 0. Let's try that. See what happens. Now, prefix bin jql 0. This should work now. Hey, look at that shit. Are there tests? There are tests. Null output. Let's get log dash capital G, not F. Dash P. Did they write a test? They did not write a test. No wonder. Torture. Oh no. Holy Christ. How do I add a test here? Alt test library module system fuzz parser. Regression test. Here we go. Let's see. Printf. A B to JQ dash 0 dot bracket to D slash out. I don't know why they don't do quoting. I guess we'll follow their example. 2 to 1 CMP. Oh. Echo 0 back 0. Well, no, it'd be A back. How do I make a null byte? Printf A back 0 B to D slash expected comp D slash out D slash expected. Something like that. Unless there's some other place I should be putting tests. How do we run the tests? Oh, well, that's something about tests. For JQ's tests require regex to pass. Make check. Try that. Pinwheel says, "Holy shit! It's the guy who writes code? It's true. It's true." What failed? Is that the file that I changed? It is. Maybe. Maybe this is supposed to have another null after it? Hey, there we go. Let's make sure it fails first. And it does, which is great. Fix handling of -0. It feels so weird to commit, not have git hooks. Git GitHub fork. Oh, I already did that. Git push a stilly head. Cool. Vettel says, check out the IBM security vulnerabilities list. They have like 10 crazy vulnerabilities that they've had to fix over the past 2 months. Oh no. I feel bad for them. I feel bad for them. I know the feel. Martian says I can't find a single bug in my own code. I'm sure you could find some bugs if you really, really looked hard. Alright, what was the issue that we found? This is not gonna match anything, is it? Do I have the tab open still? Damn, I don't. Fuck. Yeah, it's at the bottom of this. 1373. C1373. This fixes the short option. I also added some tests since it didn't look like there were any for -0 or for additional output. Cool. How's the free Kindle? I haven't gotten out of the box. I guess technically I got that, but like, who fucking cares? Alarcon says, I found all the bugs in my code, considering all my codes are just bugged, unworking stuff. Cyberninja says, next time you find a 0-day, exploit it and see if it's still just worth 20k. Yeah. Yeah. New44 says, I'm super curious, could you discuss the type of vulnerability you found? Have you got a release date for it, or are you waiting to hear back from him? I'm waiting to hear back from GitHub. The type of vulnerability is credential exposure, essentially. Yeah, you can dump creds from project that you don't own, that you should not have access to the creds for. I can't really tell you more about that, but yeah, I'm still waiting to hear back from GitHub. It's been 28 days since I've heard anything from them. Hey, what's up, Oreo? Hello, hello. Cybergenic says, the comment is old. It's from earlier. How big is the delay on your stream? The delay is not bad. I'm just really far behind on chat. I'm 14 minutes behind on chat. I will catch up. Roy Ross says, people's projects are always someone's project. I guess that's true. Yeah. Wasn't Newth that said he would pay according to a Fibonacci sequence for all bugs found? This was for LaTeX. Oh, speaking of LaTeX, one of their repositories is bugged too. 15 minutes behind. Yeah. I'll catch up. Why not using man-sturker? Because I don't like reading man pages. Hey, what's up, Spec? How's it going? Specs, good to see you again. What's going on? You're running C code. Yes. We're fixing this C code, which is apparently broken on here. Signature from David is unknown trust. Unknown trust! They're still using Travis? Fucking noobs. Sucks to suck. Why write the test when you have users to test it? Yeah. You need to write a failing test first, then fix that. I did the opposite. I wrote the feature, then I wrote the test, then I reverted the feature, then I made sure the test failed, then I forwarded the patch and made sure it passed. So it's kind of the same. Isn't that an auto-generated file? I don't know. Oh, that was pretty easy to catch up on chat. What's up, Easy Light? And Shaz Robot, how's it going? Git commit -m remove credentials kappa. Yeah. You could easily get those credentials in node projects as well. Let me shoot you a DM on Discord. You have not sent it to me yet. Not on Dixord. Has failed in the previous commits too? Okay, cool. Not my problem. Quick chat start spamming. Well, I'm distracted by Dixord. Did their Travis pass? What is this? What do we have here? Oh, I see. They're just looking into that. Oh yeah, and Hayden said the XRs thing. That was the other email. If you read the push Alt F4 to confirm. Push Alt F4 to confirm? Hey, what does Alt F4 do? Didn't do anything. Oh, maybe I did Alt F5? Alt F4? Oh, weird! It worked! It confirmed it! Man, that was so helpful. I'm glad you showed me that earlier. It's super helpful. Super helpful. I could probably do, what is it? History... 10 tabs. Oh, it's back! Huzzah! But yeah. Any hooser. This hasn't been updated. Oh, it's because I force closed it. That makes sense. 105 open pull requests. This shit's never gonna get merged. Why do they all have one comment? What is the comment on all of these? Oh, coveralls. Fuck. Well then. Shit's never gonna get merged. I made a mistake. I shouldn't have opened that. Didn't work. My PC jumped out of the window and took me with it. Did someone say spam? Name bash. GNU born again shell synopsis bash. I still remember the first time somebody told me to do Alt F4 and WoW. Yeah. Coveralls, right? Time for you to maintain your own fork of JQ? No, thank you. I am not interested in doing that. No part of that sounds fun. Absolutely no part of that sounds like fun. Yeah, none of that sounds fun. Okay, I need to fill up my water. I am like 30 minutes overdue from when I'm supposed to go fill up my water. So I will be right back. I will see you in a bit. Alright, we're back. Hello. Bunch of chat spam lost gone. Sounds good. Oh yeah, there's no filter on MOTD. I just trust people to not abuse it. Especially mods. Okay. But we're an hour and a half into the stream, and I haven't even started on the one thing that I wanted to do today. So we're off to a good start. Let me log in. No, that's print. Let me log into my dev account, and we're going to poke around with creating instances in AWS and attach extra disks to them and see what code is needed to make them work. Because I have not done this before. I've not done this myself before. I guess I've done this with help from a bunch of pre-built infrastructure code, but I have not. I don't know how to do this properly. I think, if I recall correctly, the way to do this is to attach the volume, set up some CloudInit code to mount the volume to particular places, and then you're done. But I don't know if that is all that I need to do, so we will see. What am I doing? Getting this. We're gonna do this in the dev account. Notice that it's me with my XRs and JQ question. No, it's all good. It's all good. It's content. It's content. People watched it. People thought it was interesting, I guess. We made a contribution to JQ. That's something. Hey, what's up, Tuber? Hello, hello. Good to see you again. Ed is the standard text editor, says I8051. Indeed, indeed. But anyway, we want to go to EC2, and everybody says, can you help me with my problem too? This is 100% W3 schools. I guarantee it. I guarantee this is W3 schools. W3 schools? It's W3 schools. Fucking called it. I didn't even have to click W3 schools. Yeah, not gonna get me that easy, Cyberbunny. Imagine not editing text files in an editor you didn't write yourself. Oh yeah, 100%. 100%, Robin. I totally used this exact thing that you DM'd me about. I used this as an escalation in some cases. Which is great. Yeah. I'm not gonna show it on stream, but I actually used this exact this exact you know, this was part of my escalation. One of the many ways I was able to escalate. But yeah, this is just like I mean, you can do a similar thing in Python too, even without that, but yeah, this is pretty fun. 16K is a rookie number. Two Worm's not wrong there. Your mods and channel points are basically free. I don't think it works that way. I actually can't give people channel points. The closest to like giving away channel points is we could bet on something, and then I would just like say, "All right, everyone, click 1," and then we could double channel points that way. But like, I think that's the only way to cheese channel points. I can refund people that redeem them, but I can't. Yeah, can't do that. But yeah. Oh my goodness, all of you are blue, so it's really confusing. New44, Jatoho, and Robin. You're not only are you all blue, you all have the 1 month sub badge. So this is just like really confusing for me. Tubrum, says Anthony. What? The fact that when I do 4x in stuff, the x exists long after loop brings me pain. Oh yeah. The number of bugs I've seen from that, 4x in, I don't know, range 3, print x, and then x is still around. Yeah. Yeah. Python does not have block scoping. Python has function scoping. So, yeah, it's painful. There is actually one exception to this, which is really, really fun. Which is this. Raise assertion error foo. Accept exception as E. Python pretends to have block scoping just for E. So if we do print E here, it prints foo from that exception, but now it's a name error. You know, I should probably put this in a video because this would be pretty funny. Video idea function scoping except for acceptable. We're actually the same person. Oh no. So everybody says betting is just redistributing the bet. So if everyone bets on one and one wins, then they just get back their money. Oh. Oh, okay. So it's a redistribution mechanism. It's not a doubling mechanism. That makes sense. Patrick Wilker says, "Why do you use Linux? Windows is better." Wow. That's a take that I have not heard. But you'll notice um I am I am actually running Windows. I guess it's not super obvious until I do this. But yeah, we're actually running Windows. I just looped myself 0 to 10. Don't recommend. I need to raise more. Yeah, just make every scope an accept block. Easy, done. He does use Windows, but Windows is not better. It's trash. Yeah, I can agree with that. Linux is kind of shit though. Yeah, that's also kind of true. I think they're all written with code, and we know the one thing about code is that all code is garbage, and so yeah. DJIMU says, "Do you have a Raspberry Pi?" I do not. I feel like that's one of the one of the few tinkering devices that I don't have yet. I do have a board that's similar to a Raspberry Pi, but it runs Android, which I've been meaning to root, but there's not really any. So I have the Android things dev kit, which was given out at I don't know some fucking Google conference a long ass time ago. It's super dusty. Now there's a whole bunch of dust in my room. Ugh, that was a mistake. And it in theory runs. It runs an ARM chip on Android. I want to root it and put just like Linux on it, but I I haven't found any resources for rooting it, and you would think like there would be a lot for it because Google gave these out like fucking candy. There's like millions of people have this dev kit, but I couldn't find any resources on rooting it. The other cool thing is that, like, it has a display, it has a it has a touch display, it has a bunch of like USB peripherals, but I don't know. Unless I can root it, I don't think I'll be able to write any cool software for it. Because I don't really want to. I don't really want to write an Android app. I'd rather just write like shell scripts. Also, I'd love to have an ARM chip that I can run, just Linux on. Because I don't have one right now. But yeah, yeah. Been using it for a decade, and I found I've accepted the mentality of suffering. Yeah, it's true. I just accept things don't work properly because I'm the 3% of the desktop market share. Yeah, 100%. If it has WebKit, it's rootable. Yeah. Let's see. So let's do a little bit of Google search. Android things dev kit root. Uh. Like I want to flash custom firmware. Or yeah. Flash Linux to Android things dev kit. Here is the. I've read through this already. This is the like board thing. The other cool thing is it has fucking Wi-Fi on it already too. Um. Yeah, and like you can put this particular image on it, but I want to put my own custom image on it. Oh, maybe I can just put my own boot.img. Maybe. Maybe. But I don't know. I'm not clever about these sorts of things, so I don't know. I don't know how to do what I want to do. But yeah, there's all sorts of really cool peripherals, and I can even do like breadboarding stuff with it. Ethernet. Has Wi-Fi, USB power. That's cool. You could hook it up to GCP if you really want to. I don't think I want to do that. But presumably, there should be a way to root it. Check in XDA developers. Yeah, let me grab the board name. XDA developers, this, Android things. Yeah, I don't fucking know. But anyway, if somebody knows about this, I'd love to know how to root this device and put Linux on it. The other thing is Google has killed this entire product line, so I don't think anyone cares if I root this thing. But yeah, that's what I want to do with that. 80551 says NetBSD. Make sure you have a dot for it. What are you talking about? That's a really old date, 1994. What? You just buy the new Mac Mini, so you'll have an ARM chip to run Linux and Mac OS on. Yeah, the thing is, the new Mac Minis are really fucking expensive, and they're underpowered. They have financing plans. That's fucking stupid. Yeah, mortgage your future by buying a Mac Mini. They're selling them like cars now. That's crazy. But yeah, like $700 for 8 gigs of RAM is kind of shit. Not gonna lie. Hey, Steve Bandito, thank you for the resub 4 months in a row and 7 total. Good to see you again. Welcome back. But yeah, this is just like, and that's the 200, like, you can do 16 gigs of RAM and now you're looking at 900. This is hella expensive. Hella expensive. Like, there's no fucking reason to pay this much for, you know, commodity hardware. You're paying for some fucking fancy ass aluminum here. Yeah, but you get free delivery. Top tube code. Yeah. Neil Server says, I'm running a Raspberry Pi as a local web server for my weather station, visualizing the data. It's running 24/7 for over a year now, with CPU temps below 10C and 95C. It's outside an unventilated metal box. Oh, that's pretty cool. J. says, should be pretty easy to roll your own image. I assume it's doing the standard BIOS boot. I guess. I just don't know how. I don't even know what to do. They have financing plan for watch bands too? What the fuck? I was frustrated that when I tried to install a Docker image to my Raspberry Pi 4 that needs ARM64 and it failed. Apparently Pi 4 is an older architecture than advertised. Oh. Slide into those dudes' DMs, says Tubeworm. I see. Oh my god, this is on page 1542 of this thread? What? JDMSY says, hello. Trying to build modern GPU/CPU/consoles is a pain in the ass right now. Trying to buy. Oh, trying to buy. I thought I said build. It's like, yeah, building. That sounds like awful time. Yeah, I imagine right after the holidays, they're going to be in short supply. M1 is fast AF, I guess. Paying for fancy aluminum in the operating system. Yeah, that's right, Stio Bandito. It's true. This is literally single place in the entire board. In the entire board that someone mentions this. Oh no. Oh no. Popular project, indeed. Kayla has been bonked 120 times. It's kind of amazing. Okay, let us do what I intended to do. So we go to instances. I want to launch an instance, and I want to start with my AMI. This is the most recent one. And yeah, T2 micro. Interesting that the free trial available. Interesting that they're not marking the T3 micros as free tier eligible, because the T3 micros are also eligible now. Which I learned recently. But we need to add, I want to add storage to this. Next. I'm roll runner. This is going to start up the runner, which will just stop as soon as it starts, which is fine. What else do I need to do here? Yeah, that looks good. Add storage. Okay, this is where I want to add a storage. So we have a root volume. Can I mix this smaller? What happens if I do this? I don't think that's how that works. No snapshot. Let's just say it's 8 gigs. GPU 3 is the brand new type. Delete on termination. Yes, SDB? I don't know. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. Yeah. Review. Volume size must be at least the size of snapshot. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, don't care. We can do this. Select an existing. This one. Yes. Don't know what you're doing. Lush. Yes, lush. JSY says, I've started a little project using Pluggy, based port scanner with hooks. Innovation at its finest. That's kind of cool. I find Pluggy a little bit annoying. I've been meaning to think about it and try and improve it in some ways, but I haven't had time to do that yet. Oh shit! My MyPy bug got fixed. MyPyC bug. Where when you ran a particular, this is no longer spoilers because I deleted all the non-spoiler code, but when you make a big nested circular linked list, I guess that's kind of a spoiler. MyPyC was crashing with segmentation fault in a Stack Overflow, and it looks like they have fixed it using the trash can macros. I didn't add a test because the test needs to create lots of nodes. Test it manually. Thinks this was a nasty bug. I assume that there's no easy way to fix this on 3.7 and earlier. Maybe we can implement something similar ourselves eventually. Oh. This does work on 3.7, but a new API got introduced in 3.8. Cool. If it's 3.8... Oh, this is buggy. Do you guys see the bug here? What is this going to report for Python 4? This is a mistake that people make a lot. This is a very easy mistake to make. But for 4.0, this is going to return false. Because lol. Because the second half is always going to be false. Let's see. Trash can safe end. Neat. Anyway. It's cool that got fixed. JSY says, sorry, that was some of the worst typing I've ever done. My brain didn't work. Yo, dog, I know you like hooks, so I hooked into your hooks so you can hook while you hook. Kevin Jobrick says, I've been learning Clojure during the holidays, and right now my head hurts every time I see the word transducer. Oh, yeah. I tried to write some Clojure once. The problem with Clojure is you have to be very, very careful how you pronounce it, because there's like 6 things named Clojure, and like 2, like, then there's Clojure, and there's 2 different JavaScript things named Clojure, which is great. AWS has such a dated interface. Yeah, it's pretty janky. Does this help? For building a boot image? Maybe. The thing is, the device I have is not the Raspberry Pi version of it. It's the Google made their own custom hardware. AWS is the forefront of design innovation. We're gonna press X out on that one. Sketchy says, anyone fill me in on the current project you bang today? Yeah, you can learn more about it. The Anthony is making fancy CI. Yeah, it's true. CI is the internet country code top level domain for the Côte d'Ivoire. Yeah, the Ivory Coast. But they had no limitations on usage, so that's what I went with. Why not comment on this? Ask them to fix it right away. Because I don't care. By the time it's relevant, it's no longer going to be in that code, probably. Clojure, it's all the same, almost. Hey, what's up, Ethan? Hello, hello. Ethan says, wait, what was the question? I don't remember which question. Several questions. One of the questions is, this is buggy. This will break in Python 4.0. But the other question I had is, I have this board. Where's the... Let me just remove the word root here. Anyway, I have the Android Things first generation dev kit board. And I want to root it and put, I don't know, Debian or Ubuntu onto it. And just use it as a ARM Linux device. Attach it into my Anthony Writes Cloud. Anthony Writes Cloud. Anthony Writes Code Home Cloud. Anthony Writes Cloud. I think we'll just go with that. But anyway, that was one of the questions. Not sure how I feel about the cloud. It's obviously very useful, but then I don't like that there are so few big cloud providers that they're all giant US companies. Yeah, it's true. Python 4.10 to remain compatible. MOTD to Anthony Writes Cloud. Yeah. Wait, where the fuck did my instance go? Is it this one? Hopefully. Okay, so Ubuntu add this. Yes. Okay. So is it this that shows me? Yeah, okay. So we have WinDix that is not attached. So it doesn't get auto-mounted. So I do have to write code to mount it. It's okay, even if Python 4 gets released, it will take a decade until it's in popular use. Yeah. Tuberm, it's funny. That might actually happen, oddly enough. Like, we might get to, like, Python 3.40, and then just be like, alright, Python 4, oh wait. And do Python 4.41. That would be one way to fix the then again, they could have done 3.9.9.9.9 instead of 3.10, but they've already decided on 3.10. Okay, so I need to format and mount a disk. Format and mount disk. I'm just gonna put AWS even though it's unrelated. Making a volume available for use. Okay, else block, cool. XVDF. Yeah, that's what we got, except mine's xvdb. Sudo file-s dev xvdb. Should just say, oh, I don't have. Right, this image is super trimmed down. Apt install file, and we'll get nano as well. Why not? Oh, I have a YouTube comment. I wonder if it's spam. Cuts. I thought I just sneezed. Didn't happen. Third option is neat. I hope I'll remember it when I'll need it. So far, so fat. So far, I've been writing to multiple outputs when only using logging. Oh yeah. So today's video is pretty cool. It's about exit stack in Python and several different cool use cases for using it in context managers. Oh yeah, look at all these views. Although this is kind of lower than my normal range, even though it says it's higher. Okay, I don't have to respond to that one. Nano, he's broken. I mean, we could install Babby also. Curl. Bootstrap dot pypa dot io virtualenv dot pyc dash o virtualenv dot pyc. Yeah. Pip install Babby. Alright, you happy we got Babby now? We got it. We good, chat. Oh, but God forbid, I'm using pip version 20.3.1 when 20.3.3 is available. Oh no! Goddamn pip. Alright. Data. I think that means it's not mounted. If a device has a file system... Okay, let's say that. You discover there's a file system... Skip this step. If you have an empty volume, use makefs-t command to create a file system. Sudo makefs-t x fsdev xvdb. Like so. Hey! Juice is here! How's it going, Juice? Of course chat missed you. I always miss you. Welcome back. Good to see you. Juice, do you want to see some fun bugs in Twitch? In Twitch chat? So open up the MOTD channel point, and if you try and do /me foo in that, you'll get an error, which is fine. It shouldn't allow you to send /me through channel point redeems. But if you change it to .me, then it works. And then it breaks the message. So this is the actual message that it sends. And so then it forces my bot to use /me. Which is what? Juicebox Hero touches butts. Weird, huh? Weird, huh? Isn't that fucked up? Ksor, thank you for the raid. Welcome, raiders. What we're working on today. I'll give you a shout out so that my viewers can check out your channel as well. But welcome, welcome. Good to have you. They have their own EC2 Ubuntu archive. Oh yeah, they mirror things. Context lib is really cool and powerful. I agree. That's a feature. I'm gonna press X to down on that one, Juice. Why doesn't /me work? It's not Babby. I have lots of faith. No, we got Babby. We're good. We got Babby. We're good. We're fine. You were supposed to be the one. When do we slide Babby into the Debian repos? So it's already packaged. Oh, I've memorized this now. Repology. It's now packaged for BSD. How do I search? Babby. I want exactly Babby, Python Babby. Here we go. Look at this. Look at this. Category editors. Because Swill's packaged it for me. But it's in ports. But I don't know. Ethan says, just took a COVID test. The saliva tests are so much nicer than the nose swab. I didn't know there was a saliva test one. That's good. Getting poked in the nose does sound... Well, it's more than getting poked in the nose. They, like, shove it down your nasal cavity. It's crazy town. Digging into AWS Lightsail. I have not played with Lightsail. Is that their Docker thing? One of their Docker things? Virtual servers, storage, database, and networking. Is this like EC2 but different? How does it work? Is this like mesh setup for you? How does it work? Lightsail load balancer can easily handle your increased traffic. What is the difference between Lightsail and EC2? Deep Red Sky says, "What is Babby?" Babby is my text editor that I wrote. Looks like Nano. Yes, it's heavily inspired by Nano. Heavily inspired. Anthony writes CodeBot loves JavaScript, especially type coercion. Too bad it doesn't have an AUR package. I mean, just needs someone to make it, right? Genius Y says, weird question, but is it safe to assume anything that is done in a makefile can be done in talks? We use a makefile, and I'd love to move to talks. Yeah, in theory, all the things should be doable. The thing is, make is a little bit different in that make is target-based, so it's meant to be used to create files. Whereas talks is meant just as like a command runner. So any of the like any of your like phony tasks in make have a direct replacement in talks, but any non-phony tasks don't. Greetings from future Anthony. Mitch! How's it going, Mitch? Whoa, that's a lot of people. Mitch, how have you been? What were you working on today? Let me give you a shout out so that my viewers can check your channel out. Just so many raids today. Lightsail is kind of a VPS thing, so they just released a new support for containers. Oh, cool. Nice. You spit into a tube, it's pretty easy. Also agrees 90% with the nose swap. Oh, cool. That's awesome. We haven't fucked over future Anthony for a while. Lightsail is a simplified compute thing with much less flexibility. That makes sense. Hey, what's up, Redix World? Hello. Does Babby read Nano RC? No. It has no configuration at the moment, other than the theme. Hey, what's up, Ipoku? Thank you for the follow. Welcome. Juicebox Hero loves Juicebox Hero and thinks she has a nice butt. It's an interesting thing to say about yourself there, Juice. Given my experience with Make, I'd say everything and more can be done with anything that's not Make. Hey, what's up, Zithrius? Hello. Good to see you again. It's happening, says Mitch. How's it going? Welcome. Konik, good to see you. Ganazi says, Ray Boys, hello. What were you working on, Mitch? Building a data app with a new library that's launching called Streamlit. Sounds litty. Cythrius, thank you for the subscription with Prime. Appreciate that. Fastest way to create and build shared data apps. Oh, I think I saw this thing. It's basically like notebooks, but in the butt. Right? Is that how it works? It's like fancy, nice looking, not shitty notebooks. Right? It reads a lot like PHP in a weird way, but in a good way. Like, I've always kind of wanted, PHP was nice because you could just write a PHP file and just like shit out HTML and it would just make a web page for you. I've not found anything that's that easy, I guess, since then to write like, CGI bin like code. And it seems like this is kind of that same idea where you just write, you just write code and it spits it out for you. Seems kind of nice. Look at all these people that love Streamlit. That's awesome. What data were you working on there? What are you making? I am down a rabbit hole at the moment. So I'm working on this CI system called pre-commit.ci. The idea is it wraps this open source framework that I created called pre-commit. This still is weirding me out. The colors have changed here. The idea behind pre-commit is you set up a config file with tools and their versions and where to download them from, and it optionally integrates with Githooks, but it will install all those tools in user space and then run them against files in your repository. And so it's really, really good at running linters and code formatters. And so I built a CI system based around that tool. And the cool things is it'll auto-fix your pull request for you. So if you make a mistake, it just fixes your pull request for you, which is so nice. It's much faster than all the competitors at running this set of tooling. It caches everything, so you get super speedy builds, and it will automatically update your versions. So part of the design of pre-commit is like you select your individual versions, so anyone who checks out your repository is always going to have exactly the same experience for linters. But these versions quickly get out of date, and so this will periodically auto-update your stuff. Oh, that ran today. Today's Monday. I haven't even checked that yet. We should look at that. Speaking of Monday, let's see how it went. Simple queue service. Please, 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 please. Please be 0. Yes. I think this is legitimately the first time that this is actually 0. This is supposed to be 0. But this ran this morning. I forgot to look at this. I guess when things go smoothly, you don't even think about it so much. But if we look 12 hours of time, and we zoom in on this chunk here. So we queued 561 repositories, and it took 22 minutes, 21 minutes to finish. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Now let's look at Lambda and see how, well, actually we can look at the run queue and see how badly this backed up. Because often this backs up during the auto update. Oh, actually not so bad this time. This is the auto update segment here. So anything after that is probably people merging them. But you know, 200 seconds behind is not terrible, especially because I have only 2 instances running this whole thing. So that's actually amazing. That did really, really well today. If we look at Lambda, we should see the success rate should be 100. Auto updater, monitoring, 12 hours. And then here's all of our runs. 100% success rate. Oh, this is so nice. This is so nice. This worked so well today. Oh, I'm really happy. I'm really happy. But yeah, it runs the auto updater once a week, and this is usually like Monday is usually my like, oh god, did it work? Did it work? Did it work? And I guess it did, so that's cool. But yeah, Cythria says, "Take my money." Thank you, I appreciate it. Streamlit is made with Tornado, so oh no. So you're telling me you created pre-commit? I did indeed. Janus Y says, I feel scammed by Prime Sub never popped up. I will contact my lawyers through a simple client-server web chat client I wrote while sipping Sex on the Beach from my holiday home in Malibu. We shall be in touch. Well, assuming you resubbed, thank you for the sub, JDMSY. I appreciate that. I don't know why it didn't go through. El Papa Pig, how's it going? I simply love it here. What is that emote? Fringe Wagon. DEFCON 201 Live, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Oh, Mitch, do you want to see something cool that I finally got working? I don't remember if you were here last time I was playing with this. But let me get this ready to run. Python-bot images. So if we stop that and start this, somebody type something in chat, preferably with emotes. Go ahead and spam emotes. This is your one chance. Oh, I didn't get the cheer emojis working. Juice, thank you for the bits and giving them the proper shout out there. But look, emotes. We gotta get cheers working. I forgot about cheers. I don't know how cheers work. Also, testing cheers is gonna be a pain in the ass, right? Pre-commit.ci auto updates pre-commit. It does indeed. Pre-commit.ci uses pre-commit to auto update pre-commit with pre-commit. If pre-commit.ci becomes big, Travis will run an anti-campaign and rerun your charts during an auto update and still lose. It's true, Sammy Balls. It's true. Did you ever use Redis MQ running on localhost of the same instance as the web app? I have not done that before. Although I have run a local RabbitMQ before. I've run a local Redis also. Running Redis locally is kind of a pain. JSY says, wait a minute, you're building something that renders my no verify meaningless? We must stage an intervention. No, it doesn't render it meaningless. It means that you can no verify and it will just auto fix it for you. But anyway, this works. Luther says, I'm just constantly running pre-commit run -install files. Well, you don't need to. You can just let pre-commit.ci do it for you, which is awesome. Oh yeah. Oh, this is my yeah, right. The bot doesn't know about emotes that it sends. It only knows about the ones that it receives. We need a proper bonk emote. I agree. I satisfied. We totally do. Oh, the other crazy thing is we could probably render chat plots in the terminal. That would be kind of that would be kind of goofy. Hey, what's up, Gana XE? Thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Should we try and get cheer motes working? I don't even know how cheer motes work. Is there like a send sample bits message? Send sample bits message Twitch. That way I don't have to like... Isn't that what the new Twitch client is? Twitch CLI. Isn't that the whole point of this thing? If this thing can't do that, I'm gonna be a little pissy. wait, I wasn't watching. Wait. If you want to do it one more time, Juice. One more time. then we don't need to fuck around with this. Next to get Sixels back on Gnome. Yeah, that's true. The holidays probably wrecked my chat plot. A little bit, yeah. A little bit. Okay, here we go. Okay, let's copy. Anthony writes code, Twitch chatbot, notes.txt. Okay, got badge info, got badges, we've got bits equals 10. No emotes, no flags, no IDs. Mod, room ID, subscriber, TMI. Looks like we're gonna have to do some parsing, chat. So I think that means that the bits always show up at the beginning? Is that true? I don't know if that's true. Can I bits on my own channel? Is that a thing that I can do? You cannot cheer in your own channel. The other server says, can you use AWS SQS without an EC2 running also on AWS? Like, use the queue for your local running app. Yeah, you can. You totally can. Oh. Untrue. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. They can end up anywhere in there. What happens if you do 10 individual 1-bits? What does that do? What is 10 individual 1-bits? Does it collapse them all, or does it do weird stuff? I satisfied, thank you as well. Should I set the minimum to 1 so that we can fuck around with this? Oh, here we go. Here we go. It just says bits equals 10, so we gotta do like weird fucking parsing for this? That sucks. That sucks. That really sucks. McCallier, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you're doing well. This is all a ploy to get more bits. I don't... No. I'm not trying to just get you to spend bits. But if it was, like, it would be, you know, I would set the minimum higher. Oh, so... Huh. Also, these cheer emojis are capitalized, which is weird. Just throw a regex at it, yeah. Whereas X says, but we just parsed for 25 consecutive days. It's true, it's true. I mean, this is really easy to match, like, case insensitive, look for cheer, followed by number. The problem is, somebody could just go, like, cheer 10, hi. Oh, wait, can you not send? Can you not send messages that just say cheer in them? What happens? Can somebody send a message that contains cheer in it? It doesn't let me send it from my account. Tofu snoring in her sleep. Oh no. Oh yeah, that worked. Yeah. Wait, why did yours work, Cyber Bunny? You can't send. You can't fake send bits. Oh. Wait, it worked for Juice. How? How did? What? How did that work, Juice? Is one of these like a weird Unicode character? What did you do here? No, those are all ASCII. How does this work? How did you do that, Juice? Just use MOTD? Wait, can you not cheer in MOTD? Like, my bot's able to send cheer 10 also, so... I feel like it's a UI limitation. I'm confused. Nullbit64 says cheer XX is a command. Wait until he finds out how many bits there are? Yeah, I don't even know how those get sent. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Cheer 000. Kimmy GW says, aren't they space delimited? Yeah, they should be space delimited. It also tells us whether bits were sent. So we get this like bits equals 10 thing. I guess what we could do I guess what we could do is erase all of the cheer parts. How do we know what type of cheer it is too? Like, what happens if you send the other bit type? Actually, let me put this back into verbose. Oh, did I miss it? I missed it. Damn it. Damn it. Oh, that one says Corgo 10. Okay, so the message actually contains something different. What happens if I type Corgo 10? It doesn't let me send it. Doesn't let me send it. Weird. I'm very confused. Wouldn't bits be 0 if it's faked? Yeah, it would. It would. Oh, yeah, I guess we can just do that. But how do I know all of the bit types? Okay, I'll pop a pay. Okay. Where was it? This one. This one is... The fuck, let me copy paste. Right click. Oh, why is that different than last time? That's weird. Okay, so this is the unicorn one. Just says bits equals 10. How are we supposed to know which ones are which? Uni 10. I wonder if there's a Twitch bit emotes API. But thank you all, Papa Pig. I revisit this issue every year. It seems like not much changes from year to year. Oh, great. Here we fucking go. Undocumented API which can be found by searching these forums. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh no. Oh no, there's no replies to this one either. Damn it. Bits reference. Hit cheer modes. Oh. Hey, what's up, Quichu? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you're doing well. Oh, okay, cool. So we can do this. Let's see what this endpoint gives us. It is the get endpoint. But I don't know. Let's just look at the badges endpoint, and we will copy pasta one of these API calls up here. Bits actions. Then python-m asyncio. Import bot.badges. Hey, what's up, Danny Demo 88? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Bot.badges. Bot.badges. What did I call this? Bits actions. Oh wait. All right. That's not gonna work. Let's break a point. All right. Bot.badges import bits actions away bits actions. God damn it. I do this shit. God damn it. Need OAuth token stir. Client ID stir. And I don't know what this is going to return yet, so we'll just get rid of the return value there. From bot.config, import config with open. I guess we can just do cfg equals config. I need to import JSON. CFG equals config JSON dot load open config.json 1 2 3 and then await bits actions cfg.oauth token oauth token and cfg.client ID. Oh, we got a typo here. Fuck. It's gonna crash. That's fine. We can copy paste this shit again. Import JSON. Okay, we got a response back this time. Gotta be careful not to print all the stuff here. God damn it. What's the accept header that I need? What's the accept header that I need? Oh, it's right here. Okay, we'll try this again. I should just write this in a script. We're just gonna write this in a fucking script. Sick of this shit. Ugh, this REPL is broken. Go away. Okay, asyncio.run. This bad boy. Should have done this sooner. Oh, there we go. There we go. Import JSON, print JSON.dumps, data indent equals 2. Actually, let's do indent equals 1. Make it really hard to see. This output is huge. Holy shit. I don't even know what the structure of it looks like. Oh my god. Is this just gonna go off my screen? It's still going. It cuts off. Invalid syntax. Oh, yeah, you're not wrong. $8,000 lines here. Prefix equals cheer. Wait, there's cheer 1.5? Oh my god. Well, chat, I think we found the answer to where this is. Swift Rage? Not like this? Oh my god, there's so much things here. Cheer 1.5 test lies, right? Maybe it's that you can send like... Oh, I don't know. I don't want to think about this today. Cheer emoji.json. Yeah, I don't know. We'll think about this some other day. Hey, what's up, Watcholder Bear? Hello, hello. Chill, Python-m async. Yeah, it's kind of garbage though, unfortunately. Skausk says, do you know C#? I do indeed. Wait, you can't just use readline up arrow? Not really. It doesn't keep your previous history. It's like super buggy. You can readline up arrow and down arrow to some extent. It's like some weird half readline. But like it doesn't support Control-C, for instance, so I can't just like Control-C here. It just gobbles this forever, which is why so many times I had just done Control / because fuck it! Hey, what's up, Nullbit? Thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Twitch API has got millennial error messages. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Papa Big says, "Bang, Hackerman, we summon you." It has been a while since we've seen the Hackerman. We can maybe find the Hackerman. Maybe. I mean, it's been so long that the Hackerman's a little bit dusty too. But we're in chat. We got him. We've dumped the core. Galaxy says if you're doing regex, this might work. No, that won't work. That won't work. Hey, what's up, Michaela? Hello, hello. Welcome back. Good to see you again. The weird thing is, with these on, it's actually I can actually see my screen reasonably well because of my floodlights. Python does its own readline. Well, normal Python works fine with readline. It's just for some reason this doesn't work. Robin says I just rejoined. Oh no. Each time Anthony works on his bug bounties off stream, it's true. It's true. Hackerman, we love you. Thank you, all Pop Fag. Appreciate it. Are you accessing the mainframe? Yes, we're hacking in now. Arrow Lobby, thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Primogen has a Hackerman emote. That's pretty funny. I love it. Actually, this does hurt my eyes, so we're not gonna do that. We can keep the hat on though. Oh, you can see the big dust splotch on the front, right here, where it's real dusty right there. Anyway. We can see cocaine on the hat. It's not cocaine. I don't do cocaine. What? Let me just open this PR. Addresses false negative regression. This branch addresses the false negative regression. They added a comment. What? Add missing comment. What? Why did they do this? I'm glad they closed. This has nothing to do with this at all. I'm so confused. Alright, Bipots. I don't know why you did this. But anyway. Anyway. But you don't hack for so long that you literally accumulate dust. It's true. Does Hackerman not do laundry? I mean, I do laundry, but this hat has not been laundered in a while. Lisa Ray, thank you for the raid. Welcome, raiders. Hello, hello. What were you working on today, Lisa? Let me give you a shout out so that my viewers can check out your channel as well. Hashtag October. I don't do coke either on Wednesdays. Time to get a proper balaclava. Is that the little hat? Juice says, "Want to dress Tofu up as a hacker when I bring her over later night and take pictures?" Hey, what's up, Nix? Hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. Hackerman's mom does his laundry. Juice says, "Anthony doesn't let me fold his shirts." It's true. It's true. Juice, I don't let Juice fold my clothes. Let me put this back in non-verbose mode. And then you can see your badges and things in the terminal. Look at this. Look at how fancy this is. Hey, what's up, BL Kanks? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. And Lisa Ray, even your obscure badge, the GLHF badge, will show up in the terminal as well. He doesn't want Juice to find his cute pants. Yeah, that's exactly what it is, Michaela. 100%. No, I just don't like the way that Juice folds my shirts. So then they don't all match up. Ugh, it's like a super first world problem. Okay, where were we? We made FS. Okay, we have a file system now. Oh, I really don't like this stupid glare. And the dumb thing is, if you go into settings and you turn it off, which is in background, you turn shine to 0, which is what I would prefer. Oh, is it this thing here? Is that what it does? Is that the problem? That must be the problem. There's this silly temporary thing. Why would you set it temporarily? That makes no sense. But anyway, yeah, look. Your badge shows up. It's an any key. I fold them normal. He folds them weird, short, and wide. Okay, chat. You want to see how I fold t-shirts? Okay. It's come to this. Let me get a t-shirt. All right. Let's see. We do this. We can see them lay down on the bed. So here's a t-shirt. You lay it down like so. Can you see all on the stream? Yeah. So there's this cool trick where if you pinch here and then you go like this, pick it up, and then set it down, it's folded. Just like that. And you can fold it again, and then it sits nicely in a drawer. So that's how I fold all of my t-shirts. But yeah. Anyway, that's my long and weird way of folding shirts. So, the prints are off center. It's the worst. Wait, what? What do you mean they're off center? What do you mean? What do you mean? iSatisfied says I don't fold my clothes at all. Michaela says, let me spam my Anthony emotes so I can see them in the terminal. You're not subbed. You're not subbed, Michaela. Your gift sub ran out. Black Tomcat says folding t-shirts isn't even controversial if socks are, though. I do fold my socks in a particular way also. But I think Juice folds her socks in the same way that I fold mine. I fold them in the way that like people don't like, for whatever reason. So I take my socks. So these are just boring white socks. I lay them on each other. Then I fold them over. Then I take one of the socks and inside out it against the other part and shove it in and pull it out. So this is how my socks always are. And so yeah, that's how I fold socks. And I know that's controversial. I know people get real mad about that sock folding technique, but that's the way that I roll. Fully ASMR, please. I fold shirts like they're in the store. He folds it like a total G-gen. Yikes. Anonymous has gifted a sub to Michaela Fox. Anonymous, thank you for the gift sub. Appreciate that. And now Michaela has been subbed for 10 months. Doesn't quite get you a new fancy badge, though. Satisfied says, I hate that. Wait, Robin says that's how I fold. Oh no, that means Juice is calling you all degens. Don't ever show that on stream again. There are also tricks for long shirts and jeans. I have no long shirts, so I don't have to know the long shirt trick. And I hang my jeans up, so and I hang up my button shirts too. So I don't need any tricks for those. Hey, what's up, Tislav? Thank you for the follow. Welcome. I agree with Juice, that's weird. Oh man. Sneak in and refold them all. You take away my key. How would you fold a hat? I don't know. Lisa says Team Juice. Oh no. He's gonna show socks. Also, people fold socks? Yeah. Pasting a blank Unicode character in MOT doesn't work. Still lost points. Oh yeah, that's another bug. Let me refund that for you. So you can get your 350 points back. Ready to go. Reject. Okay, you should have your points back. But yeah, that's a Twitch bug. When you fold them are not annoying enough for me not to fold them the way that you do. Black Tomcat says, I retract my comment that folding t-shirts isn't controversial. Why don't people like that? So part of it is it stretches out the elastic in the sock. And also, I don't remember the other reason. There's another reason, but that's the main reason. Juice has gifted a sub to Lisa Ray. Thank you for the gift sub, Juice. And welcome to Subdom Lisa Ray. Twitch.tv/Anthony Folds Clothes. Yeah. Derek TV says, "What are you coding right now?" So about that, what am I coding right now? I'm down like 3 different distracted rabbit holes. I was showing somebody my Twitch chat in the terminal with emotes and badges and stuff. But the thing that we're actually working on is pre-commit.ci. I'm trying to get file systems mounted so that I can use them as disk caches. Yeah. I don't know quite how this is going to work or what directories I want to mount this as. But let's see what their tutorial continues on about. So we just did this. We don't need that. What's up, Moses Celius? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hey, what's up, JL? Hello, hello. He folds socks the way he eats bananas. Oh, no. Will the sock folding be uploaded to YouTube? I mean, this VOD will be on YouTube, so in a way, yeah. Also, hello, Masters8. Good to see you. 100 gift subs. Ah, you just wanted that fancy badge, Juicebox Hero. So now you and I satisfied are in your special little club. You need to get more cute emotes. It's true, it's true. I have a bunch of slots. And I guess if I got 4 more subs right now, I would get another slot. Where is the content? Oh, they always move this shit around. Partner, there we go. Emotes. I have 5 empty slots right now. Hey, what's up, Czimnik? Thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. DirecTV says, do you know PHP? I used to write PHP 3 a long time ago. But I haven't worked on PHP in a really, really long time. I could probably write PHP, but it is not something that I do often or that I am super knowledgeable about at the moment. Sammy Paul says, working on pre-commit.ci has worked 20 minutes out of the 166 minutes. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe an explains video on folding clothes? 5 empty slots give cutes. Yeah, I mean, if you have ideas, let me know what I should make. I know I need to make a bonk emote. A liar emote. What would the liar emote even be? Just my face from that clip? Clips. Oh, stop it. Why does it do this? Just this face here? It's a good face, though. A properly folded shirt emote. Oh, no. Oh, no. You all laughed, but Liar Guy was scary. Yeah, that dude was hella scary. Imagine if the dude had a weapon. It could have been so much worse. Yeah. That dude. Look at this freeze frame, too. You're a liar! Oh, is this your rotoscope? This is actually like a pretty good face. I wonder what it would look like at 16 by 16. We can kind of approximate it in Paint. Resize to pixels. Was it 1818? Is that the emote size? Just happened there. try that again. Is it 1818? Yeah, that's what you would get, chat. This right here. Which is unfortunate. 2828? Oh, is it 2828? $28.28. That's maybe a little bit more readable. Thing is, a lot of the pixels are gone at that level. Looks good. Ship it. I mean, it's not the worst. You know what it's supposed to do, but yeah, it's beautiful. Paint happened. It's true. It's true. It wouldn't be an Anthony Writes Code stream without some MS Paint. Melani Andrea, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Sorry if I messed up your name. JL says, I was working on an x86 emulator the other day in Node, and I was surprised that it works. x86 in Node? Whoa. Whoa. That's cool. How does it work? Look at them registers. Oh, that's surprisingly simple. I guess you've only implemented a certain subset of the opcodes, but that's pretty nice. Now implement intcode. No, just... You can't spell multiple sclerosis pain without MS Paint. It took me till now to realize using MS Paint on Ubuntu. Right? On secretly Windows, but also Ubuntu. Yeah, 100%. Oh, you didn't know I was using Windows? That's even better. Okay. So we can mount to a particular partition here. I don't care about reboots. We're not gonna make reboots work. So we can just do make dir foo, sudo bang bang, sudo mount. Is it source dest or dest source? Source dest. Dev xvdb / foo. Oh. Okay. That's not so bad. I guess the next part is figuring out what directories matter for pre-commit.ci and getting that working. System. I'm just trying to remember what the name of my service is called. Pre-commit.ci worker.service. System CTL status this. Okay. So, what is all the bonking happening right now? Black Tomcat says, why do you use two different terminals for chat and rest? Oh, I don't usually use this terminal. This terminal has support for emotes and for images, so that's why I was demoing this. But usually I just use this terminal over here. But that other terminal doesn't have image support, so it doesn't have image support yet. But yeah, this is the just ASCII version of this, so it's not as nice. Actually, Windows is one of the best emotes. Yeah, I really like that one. It was Shaz Robot's idea, and then we both tweaked it to get the Transparency, right? XVDB equals extra vary database. Yeah. Oh god, what are these lick emotes? Okay, I understand why the bonks happened. Love System D. Yeah, it's mostly been simple and easy to work with so far. Okay, so part of the problem that I know happens is some files get written to temp, and I don't understand why they get written to temp. But let's actually trigger those. We're gonna have to trigger a bunch of runs to get it to happen, though. Fuck. Log into my other GitHub account. My password, which is Control V. What a crazy password. Alright, so let's see what we're gonna do. Journal CTL. Actually, we'll just do system CTL status, and that'll show us whether this one got triggered or not. So it's possible that the other host will get this because there's two hosts that are currently listening. But if we edit this file, do that, commit. Oh, the other host got it. Dang. Oh no, this one got it. Nice. Okay. So this is kicking off a job. But the problem is, since it is running Podman as the other user, for some reason, what are these temp directories? Sudo ls temp 4. What are you? You are just some empty directory. What are you? Oh, this is the clone. But anyway, these are the directories that I'm talking about. The containers user, podman run, and run 2400. So these are supposed to be the XDG runder. And if we look at XDG runtime, sure. This gets set to /run/user. Look at /run. /run/user. This is supposed to have directories for each user ID. But for some reason, if I do sudo -u pcrunner bash then echo xdg runtime dir. Yeah, for some reason, this does not initialize xdg runtime dir. What does root do here? Does this do it for anything? Yeah, so that's not initialized. I'm not sure how that's supposed to be initialized. When does xdg runtime dir get set? What is it? Doesn't I know what it is? Set by pan system D. Pam system D sudo xdg runtime dir. Surely someone else has had this thing, right? I found a very suspicious condition in the source code. Sheen CTL shell. Could be made to work, but no one has implemented it. Oh, so it looks like from this that it should be done, but isn't due to a bug in either systemd, pim systemd, or sudo. So I guess I should manually set this. That actually might be good though. Because if I can set up a particular, so like we have this foo directory. If I can change the code so that it uses that as the runtime dir, so we could do, you know, foo/temp -t foo/temp. How do you make a directory with a sticky bit? All right. I guess you can't. I guess I can do this. Make_dir foo/sudo make_dir foo/temp, and then sudo chmod +t/foo/temp. And now it has the sticky bit. Oh, but it should be trip7s, I guess, given this. And then I can set the rundir into that directory. So then those will end up there instead. Oh god, this is gonna be such a fucking pain in the ass. It's gonna be a lot of work to get that working. What was I looking at? Oh, this got done. Yeah, that's really tricky. The other thing that I wonder is what gets set up in here. Yeah, there's also stuff in here. Oh, the container storage lives in here too. So we have to make this on another drive also. What's up, Twitch? Thank you for the follow. And 4AG2, thank you as well for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you're doing well. Oh boy, what happened? Michaela tries to chat, Michaela gets bonked, yeah. Hey, what's up, Rodriablo? Good to see you again. AWC Lick. I miss Shaz. Shaz was here earlier. He was here earlier today. Ethan says, so apparently a bunch of TikTok tech people are calling an app I wrote scamware, even though it isn't. I asked them to take it down, they said, but we're making money off those videos. Oh my goodness. That sucks. Rajalba says, do people use Chocolatey? I've used it before. I don't use it currently. Hey, what's up, Metalstorm? Hello, hello. Oh yeah, Ethan orchestrated his install using Chocolatey. Yeah, it's a VTCN. Hello, hello. I have to format this Windows 10 install because it's really full, but that means reinstalling everything. Oh yeah, that's true. It's true, it's true. Grizzly Guru, thank you for the resub 4 months in a row, and 4 total. Good to see you again. Welcome back. Thank you for the resub. Oh, that means you should have a fancy new badge now, Grizzly Guru, if you talk in chat. 4AG says hello. Looks very interesting. Yeah, there's all sorts of shit that I need to do to make this work. Like, I don't quite know all of... So part of this is... PC runner config? Yeah, so this storage.conf needs to stay there. I don't think you need a basher C for this. This local directory, though. This directory needs to be on the mount. Okay, so let's keep a track of what we need to do. To mount, we need to do this. Let's make it a markdown file so that we get nice highlighting. There we go. Okay, so we need to make a fs. We need to sudo mount dev xvdb to, I don't know, data. Doesn't fucking matter what we call it. Could be anything. And we need to redirect a bunch of folders. So we need to set xdg runtime dir for PC runner to we need to create data/temp with sticky bit and 7 We need to set runtime dir to there. We need to what else do we need to do? We need PC runner home/PC runner /.local to data/PC runner /.local. I think I can do this as a symlink. Symlink question mark? God, there's a lot of shit to put in, a lot of business logic to put in a boot script though. I feel like this is getting slightly too complicated here. Windows files, you might be able to do some dism commands to free up space. Maybe. Say I have a hoarding problem for VSTS. I install a lot of audio programs and then try them out. Oh, I see. I see. Didn't one of those manage to get sucked into Windows? Oh, one of the chocolatey people? Maybe. Maybe. But yeah, there is winget now. That's true. VTCN. Linux, setting up and install from scratch takes 2 hours to make, then half an hour to install everything. Copy config files over top. So Windows takes me like 2 to 3 days. I can go from a blank ISO to a fully functioning VM in about 20 minutes currently, and it's like 4 steps. It's run the installer, copy an SSH key onto the machine, clone a repo from GitHub, install Ruby, run a script, and that's it. Hey, what's up, Alexa? Hello, hello. Good to see you again. Welcome back. Anyone has one of those telemetry disabling and uninstalling for Windows 10? Oh yeah, I don't. I've tried to do that. It's hard to keep up with that. Hey, what's up, Priox? Hello, hello. I8051 says Ruby. Yeah, the only reason it's Ruby is because of Puppet. Which I've actually written a little bit of Ruby for my Puppet config, which was maybe not the best decision, but it does work. Does work. Is there a reason you prefer Puppet over Ansible? Yes, if I can use anything that's not GingerYAML, I will absolutely use anything that's not GingerYAML. And Ansible is GingerYAML, so yeah. Black Tomcat says, by the way, about local/share folder, that should be defined in XGG data home. Oh. Yeah. That's good, that's right. XDG data home. Home local share. Okay. XDG data home for PC runner to slash data slash PC runner slash xdg data home. So we just do that. So we don't need this. We can actually do this. So then we would do set, what is it, tempter? What is it supposed to be? What is it supposed to be? It's a tempter? Tempter environment variable. Tempter. Tempter equals data temp within 3 imports. Where did my EBS volume go? Oh, it's foo. Oh, it's foo. Oh, and then it's tempter. There we go. Okay. Tempter to data slash temp. I think that would work. No, chmod 777 is what you're supposed to do for temporary directories. So if you look at slash temp, it is sticky bit and 777. And so if we foo slash temp, we also have, oh wait, this is no longer has the sticky bit. There we go. So it's supposed to be sticky 777. Wait, I think you blocked Tomcat. Not sure if whatever you use actually reads that environment variable. That's true. It's true. We could try it. Dev x vdb slash data. Okay, so sudo make dir dash p, actually sudo install user PC runner group PC runner dash d slash data slash PC runner slash run slash data slash PC runner slash share. Oh, fuck, what is the command for that? The dash owner? Yeah. Owner and group. Owner group. Okay. Oh, these don't have the right mode. This should be 700. Fuck, right, we don't have mode. Okay, so let's try that again. Mode 700. PC runner. Yes. Okay. That looks good. How about Chef? What does Chef use? Is it JSON Chef configuration format? Where's just the TLDR? I don't need all of this. I just want to see some code. Show me some damn code. Quick start. Do you just write straight Ruby? That seems worse. Can I see something slightly more than the hello world? Chef example code. What's up, Andre? You hi. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you are doing well. Yeah, this looks too much like Ruby. I mean, then again, Puppet's very close to Ruby as well. I don't know, this is probably fine. At least with this, you can lint it. You can't auto-rewrite it, though, which is unfortunate. That seems maybe not the worst. I don't know. I don't know that it has a benefit over Puppet to me. Hey, what's up, Pylang? Hello, hello. Dave Vallis says, what? CHmod 777, source and solution of all our problems. Kind of. Someone here might benefit from Midnight Commander. Midnight Commander. Visual File Manager. I don't need a Visual File Manager. I'm fine using Tree and LS. Hope you've lost me quite some time ago. Oh no. Oh no. Hey, what's up, Andre? Hello, hello. Recursive chat. Good to see you again. How's it going? It's for Windows, says Flo. Well, the screenshot looks like it was a terminal app. Yeah, terminal app. They insulted your terminal skills. You're at 99k. Well, I already owe 3. Okay, let's try sudo-u PC runner. Tempter equals data/temp xdg runtime dir equals data/PC runner/run and xdg data home equals data/PC runner/share admin run hello world. Sir, you are not allowed to set the following environment variables: tempter, xdg runtime dir, xdg data home. Why the fuck not? The incident will be reported. I mean, we can always cheese it. by using env. Fail to connect to containers, attach socket, dial, no such file or directory. Fuck. This all looks fine. Run libpod. Oh, you know what I bet it is? I bet it's because this shit's around. pkl-u PC runner. WCGW. Okay, let's try it again. Why? Why you have problem? Is it because this is a mishmash of stuff? I like how it says attack. Oh, you know what this is telling me? How much you want to bet the length of this is 100 and 107? Is that what it is? Yes. We're hitting the socket length limit. Why? I don't know. I feel like this should not be much deeper than the render. I think we're like one character too long also, is this stupid thing. We could try and move stuff around and let's try deleting these. Sudo install. Let's just try and moving this to 2000 because that's the user ID. Then instead of PC runner, we get 2000. No, yes, yes. It works. Okay. God, I hate fucking socket limits. They're so stupid. Socket limits are so stupid. I gotta fill up my water though. I will be right back. I will see you in a bit. Sorry, that was the wrong scene. Hello. I'm back. Oh my goodness, so much chat. Dr. Vim says we apparently matched today. Nice. Good choice, I guess. Lemon sauce. Thank you for the resub. 4 months. Lets me that I'm finally done a semester. Nice, congrats. Welcome back, Lemon Sauce. It's good to see you. Guys, I didn't put my headphones on. Should I pass args as a string or args as a list to subprocess.p open? Why one over the other? Well, if you pass as a string, then you're running a shell, and so you're subject to shell injection, so don't do that. I would actually suggest a tuple over a list, because it's going to be slightly faster. Stop trying to do illegal stuff, yeah. Sir, you're not allowed to set the following environment variables. Sir, this is a Wendy's. But yeah, it kind of worked, but now we have it actually working. So it pulls a container and runs it because we were running into this socket length limit of 107 characters. And fortunately, I've hit this so many times that I knew that was probably the problem. Also, the attack without the K or without the H was a bit telling. AQI is for air quality. So if you do bang AQI, you can see that the air quality is currently 28 in Redwood City by my place. He attack, it protect, but most importantly, I don't know the rest. He a snack. Could you make a shim link to make it appear shorter? I could, probably. But we can also just actually make it shorter. Hey, what's up, avian constabulary? Constabulary? Constabulary. It works. What works? We got a container running with a custom runtime dir and data home and temp directory. We ran the hello world Docker container. The in-server says, are you going to rewrite this in Terraform later? Absolutely. There's no way I'm going to SSH to every single box and run these set of commands every single time. But yeah. Hey, what's up, Msal Kantara? Hello, hello. He's back. Hide the memes. Hey, what's up, Geotrek? How's it going? Welcome back. It's been a while. How are you been? How have you been? That's how those words fit together. Jotoho's lurking. Thank you for lurking, Jotoho. Okay, so what did my notes say here? Other than attack. So we gotta set these environment variables. I need to figure out why sudo is mad here. What is 90 CloudInit users? Oh, I see. I don't know why it's in here twice. Those two lines look the same to me, right? I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. Allow Podman as PC runner. This should just be, yeah. Allow everyone to run PC runner commands. This one's a little bit jank. I should probably narrow this down to specific one specific user. It should just be the PC worker that can run these 3 commands as PC runner. I haven't done that yet. Cyber Benny says cheer 1000. That's not quite how that works. Attack says Preox with the Roost Snowball. Nice. Like Tomcat says, has anyone tried watching programming streams while programming and can recommend it? I know a lot of people watch my streams at work. They just put me up on another screen and listen to my voice as I stream. But yeah, I don't know. I assume so. Hey, what's up, Serval? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. I sometimes put on other programming streams when I'm doing work. Although a lot of the times I'll just stream instead. Kale says, still failing to make the socket parser and starting from scratch again, knowing I'll never finish it. I think you'll get it working at some point. I recommend it, but I use streams as a way to detach momentarily while thinking about the problem. Guess I'll try that next time I'm stumped in a problem, so probably tomorrow. Sounds good. So everybody says, hey, I spent 100 baddies to make it work. That's true, it's true. Okay. Add steps to cloud init Terraform. Either yes. Cloud init. And the user data to play a Go web app. Okay, so it's user data, I assume. Data.templatefile.userdata.rendered. Which is a YAML file? Oh no. Ah! Writing out files. Feature Pinky! I don't want to run Puppet, I just want to run a shitty shell script. Run commands on first boot. Here we go. Okay, so I gotta do this shit, I guess? CloudNet, something or another? You totally overestimate me, Anthony, and I don't know if you believe in me or like, this would just be easy for you, so I think it'd be easy for a noob too. I think you should be able to get something working, Caleb. I believe it. I feel like you've gone over some like really advanced concepts that even I can't help you with. like actual concepts. Like I kind of understand what the syntax is doing, but I have no idea enough to actually help you. But I feel like you can do it. iSatisfied says, I watch for the bonks 99% of the time. I have no idea what Anthony is doing. Oh, no. Brock says, just when I think about back to code, dinner attack. Pardon me, meatloaf awaits me. Alright, Preoxel, thank you for stopping by. I'll see you around. Oh, Christ. I think I am going to muck around with this off stream because this seems more complicated than I want to debug at the moment. But we did get something working, so that is cool. And so I know the commands I need to run. And I kind of know. Well, let's. I need to figure out what this error message is all about. If we leave env off here, I need to figure out why, like what this is supposed to mean. Because, yeah, I don't know. What if I set this to user bin? Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know. Let's figure this out. We'll figure this out, and we'll call that good. You are not allowed to set the following environment variables. I don't want preserve environment. I want assignment. I understand why you wouldn't want to forward these. Keep? Yeah, I don't want preserve. I don't want that at all. Setenv? These tags override the value of setenv on a per command basis. It's unbelievable how many useless answers are out there for the very same question. Setenv did the trick for me, thank you. I think it's actually going to do the trick for us as well. Suitors.d sudo babby etsy suitors.d / allow oddman as PC runner. Hey, what's up? Xuantun, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you're doing well. So what was this? Setenv colon? Let's just try it for that one. And then... Oh! Okay. Adjust sudoers rules to allow setenv. We'll give you updoink. That is helpful. Okay, I think that's what I need to do to make this work. And then I just have to do the code to do it. Who doesn't watch for the bunk, says Juice. Yeah. Black Tomcat says, what would you actual computer people recommend to learn design patterns and stuff? I'm a coding mech eng, so I didn't have that much software theory. So the thing is, at least in my opinion, I feel like a lot of the software patterns aren't all that necessary. But there are a bunch of books to read them. But I don't really read books, so I don't really have any recommendations there. I do occasionally make YouTube videos on design patterns, but I haven't done that many, so I wouldn't necessarily recommend my channel for design patterns just yet, but maybe at some point. But there's the one, what's the one book that everyone seems to recommend for data structures and algorithms? Actually, I think I have a pirated copy of it, now that I think about it. Let me see if I can find that. School? Why do I have a transfer form? What could that possibly be from? I have a copy of JavaScript, the good parts. Why do I have a copy of JavaScript, the good parts? Makes no sense. I'm kind of curious what this transfer form is. Oh. Oh, this is me being like, I don't want to write an honors thesis for computer science, and they were like, oh, okay. Let's see. Where is this? God, I don't know where I'm gonna find this. Maybe somebody knows that I don't. GOF? Yeah, I think it's this one. Yeah, I've seen this book. Although isn't it F as in 5 no longer is 4? But anyway. Factor pattern is essential. I see it in almost every company code base. Oh yeah, that's kind of true. Yeah. But I don't know. I feel like most patterns are not not all that useful. At the end of the day. But anyway, I think that's a good stopping point for today. I'm gonna hack on this more offline. But I also need a nap, so I'm gonna take a nap. But anyway, let me do my little spiel, and we'll send you off to another channel. My name is Anthony. I upload my previous content to youtube.com/AnthonyWritesCode, where you can find previous streams, evidence of code solutions if you're interested in that, and a daily educational video in a bunch of different topics. Today's is about Python, but you might see concepts in Git, Linux, Docker, etc. Whatever you guys want to know, let me know, and then I make videos about it. I normally stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, and I announce my streams in 2 places. One of those is twitter.com/codewithanthony, where I actually do what I say sometimes for some part of the stream. I also announce them on Discord, which you are free to join. There's a nice beginners channel if you want to ask questions and have knowledgeable people answer them about programming or other stuff. You can check that out. There's also some good memes, and I don't know. It's kind of fun little community. But anyway, thank you all for stopping by, and let me go find someone to raid.